Hi, this is Joel Rosenhead, the Jewish psychotherapist. This week's Torah and Psychology post for Parshas Haazinu is titled "Life is a Song, Sing It." In this week's Parsha, we read about the song of Haazinu, which we know relates to the Torah. So, what is the significance of viewing the Torah as being a song? So, we think about the concept of a song and singing. We know that singing is an expression, both a verbal expression in words, but it's also an emotional expression. And this is irrespective of the quality of the song, the content of the song, the quality of the singing. Just on an objective level, singing is when a person expresses themselves using it in a way it's an artistic expression of how a person is feeling. It conveys this message in a verbal and non-verbal way through singing. And if we look at this week's Parsha, we look at Parshas Haazinu, what's interesting is the stylistic format, that there's these gaps between the words in the Sefer Torah and how it's written. And the Rosh, at the back of Masechet Menachos, discusses the halachas of Sefer Torah. And he relates to the idea of the paragraphs and stylistic formats of their open paragraphs and closed paragraphs. And Rav Gedalia Shor, in discussing the Shirat Hayam, the song that was sung at Kriyas Yamsov, he also notes the wide spaces, just as in Parshas Haazinu, in this week's Parsha of the Song of the Torah. Also in Shirat Hayam, at the Kriyas Yamsov, there are wide gaps and spaces in how it's written. And Rav Gedalia Shor says that this stylistic format in the song reflects the emotional expression and the emotions that the Bnei Yisrael were feeling. But at Kriyas Yamsov there was this freedom, this space, this relief, this joy and happiness, and therefore this is reflected in the gaps in how it's written, which is connected to their emotional experience. So too here, in Parshas Haazinu, which is the song of the Torah, these gaps can also convey this message of the joy and the pleasure that can come out and this emotional expression of happiness that a person experiences through learning Torah, through living a life of Torah, and understanding and connecting with this emotion through the song. And that's why we have this connection, perhaps this conceptual understanding of viewing the Torah as a song, viewing a Torah life and the experiences of our life as Shomer Torah and mitzvahs as being like a song. It's an emotional experience with all the gamut of experiences, positive and negative, but at the end of the day, what we hope will come out through a deep connection and an appreciation for Torah is this space, this joy and pleasure and satisfaction the person will get through living Torah, and it will be a song to them. The Torah and their life will be a song, and they must learn how to sing it. And what's interesting in last week's Parsha, when it refers to a song, that Moshe Rabbeinu is going to write this song which relates to the Torah, it says, "V'yichtov et hashira azot b'yam hahu v'yilamdeh et b'nei Yisrael," which is that it's saying that Hashem is saying to Moshe Rabbeinu that he should write this song and teach it to the Bnei Yisrael. And the Sha'ar Aryeh discusses this pasuk and says that we learn out from this pasuk how there is a mitzvah to write a Sefer Torah. And he discusses the implications of this. Perhaps it's just writing Chumshei Torah to write a Sefer Torah, or perhaps it relates to even Torah Sheba'al Peh and Sfarim to just write. And he says he breaks it down to two basic principles of why it's important to write a Sefer Torah, to write the Torah. One is that it could be in order to learn. Once you write a Sefer Torah, you have something that you can use to learn from it. Alternatively, he said it could be that it's to ensure that the Torah is not forgotten. But if we take these two ideas suggested by the Sha'ar Aryeh, which is saying that we need to learn from the Torah and the Torah shouldn't be forgotten, and if we put this together and we understand that the Torah is a song, that it's something that we want to learn, and this song is a reflection of our life. So we want to learn from it, and we don't want to forget and push off and reject or be in denial of our experiences. As we said, life is ups and downs, and it's all different experiences, and if we view it through the lens of a song and through the Torah, there's the melody and there's the ups and the downs and there's the chorus. We need to accept the whole range of expression of the song of Torah and the song of life, and to learn from it and that it shouldn't be forgotten. Because from a psychological perspective, if we take our experiences and we're in denial, or we reject them, or we try to forget, what can happen is either we get stuck in the past, we get so involved and stuck in focusing on the past, in this attempt to try to forget, that we are not able to move on. And this is something which you can look at through the lens of trauma, of being stuck in the trauma, that in the present moment, when we live, that the person lives their day to day, they are stuck in the past, they are stuck in the traumatic experience, and they can't move on. And what post-traumatic growth says is that we want to accept and acknowledge the past, the trauma, the different experiences that we have in the events. We don't want to deny it or reject it. We don't want to try to forget it. We want to learn from it. And this will help us to move on, that we can acknowledge the past in the present moment for the sake of being able to move on in the future and to be able to grow and flourish. And that is post-traumatic growth. And as we approach Kol Nidre, we approach Yom Kippur and Kol Nidre night, we have the words that we say, that it says, "V'anachnu matirin litpalel im ha'avaryanim," that we allow the tzibur is saying that we allow us to the criminals, in the sense, avaryanim is criminals, or the rasharim, to daven with tzibur. That seems to be the basic explanation. But I heard an alternative view of these words, that we allow the avaryanim to be in tzibur, to daven with the kehillah. The avaryanim is from the wording from the lashon of avar, meaning past. And it's actually relating to us. We allow ourselves, when we come to Kol Nidre, to come to Yom Kippur night, that if we are stuck in the past, we are just focused on avar, on the past, not allowing ourselves to move on. This is our opportunity now for Yom Kippur, to allow ourselves to learn from the past, to not try to forget it, or not to be stuck and focus on the past, but to allow ourselves the opportunity to learn from it, to recognize it in order to move on. This is our opportunity on Kol Nidre night. And this is the message of Parshas Haazinu, of the song of the Torah, to learn how to sing the song of life, and to flourish through it, and to enjoy it, and to experience the happiness through this song. Have a great Shabbos, and keep well.